Hello! I'm still in the Centre for Computing History in Cambridge, where we're going through boxes. Except for you, time has passed, for this is another video. And I'll tell you what, it's getting dark. The sun has gone. What evils are in this box? It's like Raiders of the Lost Ark or something. Yeah, what is in this box? Actually, I know the top thing in this box because I accidentally took the top off, and there's a Windows 7 bag in it, which is very nice. Look, it's a bag. It's got Windows 7 written on it. I don't think I've ever been this excited in my life. Get rid of it. What else we got? Oh my goodness. A VGA card. I'll bet this is ISA or something. It's got 1 megabyte. These are the days when PCs had no onboard graphics and 3D acceleration was the stuff of a madman's dreams. It is an ISA card as well, my god. There we are. That will run you Crysis at about 1 frame a month. Actually, it won't run you Crysis at all. You'd probably have to run that through the CPU. But let's not get technical here. Back in the box with you. Yeah, so if you are building a PC from many, many years ago and you need a graphics card, stop wasting your life. It's stupid and pointless. Just emulate an old one. Right, next up we have specification colour light green. How exciting. My goodness, an Apricot mouse. Right, Apricot were a British company who released computers sort of, well, as you probably guessed, kind of competing with the Apple Mac. Apricot, Apple, you see? Yeah, sort of competing with the PC as well. Didn't do very well from what I remember. In fact, I never really see anything they've made. This is a bit of a rarity. What was their mouse like? Oh my goggly goodness. Well, for starters, it's not a mouse, it's a pissing trackball. For God's sake, Apricot, get your facts straight. No wonder you probably went bust by now. I don't know because I haven't looked it up. Yeah, it's just a horrible trackball. Seems to be wireless. Is it infrared or something? Oh, brilliant. So 3 dust particles come between that and the computer and you've got no control anymore. Brilliant. Although it does come with this awful... Oh, is that like some sort of fibre optic thing? Ugh. That's just dreadful. Awful. Horrible. And I never want to think about it again as long as I do live. There's a Dreamcast controller. I'm not going to bother showing you that. I think we probably all know what a controller for the Dreamcast looks like. It looks like this when it's in its box. Let's hope there's a VMU still in it that's got corroding batteries. That'd be nice. This is an Amino. I don't know what that is. What is this? Aminet 103. Okay, I do know what this is. You'll notice on the back it has outputs for your telly box. Composite on there. And not composite. No, it is composite. Yes, I got it backwards. You can plug it into a network device because this is for streaming video. Really early device for streaming video from a computer to your telly, I believe. I mean, really early. I mean, it hasn't got like component or HDMI or any things. Probably Linux-based. They all were. Interesting. Surprisingly heavy. Mind you, a lot of that is because it's in a proper metal case. I like it. Right. I really want to look at this Commodore Music Maker, but first, here's an ultrasound MIDI adapter for an early PC by the looks of it. That's good. It doesn't give you ultrasound to show you what babies look like in mummy's tummy. It is literally a MIDI adapter, which stands for Musical Instrument Digital Interface. So you could plug your keyboard into your computer and do stuffs with it. Back in the day, it was all Atari ST for that, because that was the only home computer here that had built-in MIDI ports. That's exciting, isn't it? But yeah, when it all went PC, you needed an adapter like that one. Unless you had a good sound card, and often they'd have their own thing in. Power replay for the PlayStation! Hey! Just some action replay cartridge made by a very cheap company by the looks of it. Plug and mod version. Wow. Be still, my beating liver. This is a big heavy box. I don't know what it is. It is micro scale. Oh, this is literally, yeah. It's literally some scales. You'd plug it into... Good grief, I couldn't even, I mean, maybe an early PC, but it looks kind of made to fit in with a BBC Micro or something by the construction of it. And yeah, you could weigh things and then it'd just enter it in a database or something on the computer, presumably. So if you were a drug lord back in the 80s and you were very ahead of your time, you had yourself a micro scale. That's what Walter White would have had in 1985. Here's one of them! I've got no idea what this is at all. It's got a through port on it, so it's an expansion for some computer. And you can then stick something else in the back. It has a chip on it called VicKit. VicKit. Is this for a Commodore VIC-20 to enable you to make games or something, or do something? I have absolutely no idea whatsoever. That's a job for you. You look up a Vic kit and see if you can find what it is. Put it in the comments and nobody will read it, because the only comments you'll see are people arguing with each other, because it's YouTube, innit? This is a parallel interface for an early Mac. That's nice. So yeah, plug it in and look. Oh, hey, we've got 2 parallel ports. Now we can use printers and that. I thought this was the Commodore Music Maker out of his box. Look at this thing. My goodness, a Crayola keyboard. Well, it's got everything on you pretty much need from a keyboard, and massive coloured keys. Unfortunately, they've got Comic Sans on them, which makes this whole thing unholy, and it must be purged in a fire of some type. But it's interesting. If you've got really poor eyesight, then, well, it'd help you out, and you probably wouldn't be able to tell it was Comic Sans, so, you know, that's something. And finally, Commodore Music Maker. I've never seen one of these in the flesh, right? Basically, if you had a Commodore 64 computer, you could buy this, and then you would pop it over your keyboard, and it would, yeah. Wow, this is really cutting-edge stuff here. Let me clear some paths so I can show you. That is it. Literally put it over your keyboard and it presses down certain keys, but obviously feels nicer to play than a standard keyboard. The keys need to be bigger though, and I can't imagine the feedback from them is very nice. An interesting slice of history also comes with this Commodore Music Maker cassette, which is not an audio cassette. This would have the software on, I imagine, to enable you to play. Those were the days when you had to load games off cassette and they went wrong half the time, and then it took ages anyway, even if it did work. Do you know what? Those weren't the days at all. And it's interesting because the American nostalgia for computer stuff is often for Nintendo and Sega consoles, which are, of course, instant loading. So while they were loading instantly, we were loading things off cassette, like frickin' barbarians. Okay, here's another non-random box that was recommended to us by the staff, so I'm guessing something rare and weird inside. It's some wrapping! Now we're talking. What is in the wrapping? It's an old computer. Right, yes. Okay, I see why we've been told this. This is an Atari 1200 XL. I don't know much about these, I'm afraid. Basically, this would have come out late 1983, early 1984, around those times. If you don't know Atari's range of 8-bit computers, they made loads of them with different types of specification. They kept updating them like every few months. It really was quite a time to be alive. Also, whenever you talked about them, they would make a train go past in the background. I don't know if you can hear it now, but that is the Atari Ghost Train, and to this day, when you talk about an Atari 8-bit computer, it will go past. I might be lying about that. So yeah, this one came out, yeah, as I said, if I had to guess, I would say 83, but it could well be 84, and it was like the flagship one of the time. It's got quite a nice shiny keyboard, shiny keys on there, and these weird sort of premium but slightly wonky looking start and select buttons and things. Lots of ports on these buggers, if I remember. There's a left cartridge. Does that mean there's a right cartridge slot? No, it doesn't. That's just weird. It's a lot lighter than I thought it'd be, actually. Peripheral, switchbox, monitor, blah, blah, blah. Left cartridge, some bits at the side. All I really know about the 1200 XL is it was very, very expensive for the time, and there were loads of hardware compatibility problems and software not running properly and stuff because they moved all the ports and it made things go weird. There's an interesting tale, I believe. The monitor output on here, basically there's like an extra chip in here which makes the video output much better than other Atari 8-bits, but they didn't connect it up to the monitor port, which is the only way it would make any difference, which is absolutely ridiculous, frankly. So yeah, it was very pricey. It's very rare. I don't think they sold many of these at all. I don't even know if it was released over here, actually. I don't think it did very well in America. But yeah, it's basically expensive and didn't work with a lot of stuff and was not popular at the time, to say the least. And we have underneath it another computer. Oh, Dragon data, right. This will be a Dragon 32. Oh, God. It's not screwed together. Right, we'll have to be careful with this. Oh, no, it's a Dragon 64. I've never seen a Dragon 64. I have a Dragon 32. The only difference between the Dragon 32 and the Dragon 64 is that this one has 64K of RAM and the 32 has 32K of RAM. There's another one beneath it with the stickers off. I won't bother showing you that. We'll stick with this one. Yes, an interesting thing. This is like the Welsh home computer of the time because it was made, designed and all that in Wales. Came out in 1982, I believe. It was one of the early ones, around the same time as the ZX Spectrum. But had nice colour graphics. It was cheaper than most other computers with similar power and a much, much better keyboard. It was like a really good proposition at the time. It always surprised me. It didn't catch on. on, to be honest with you. It's also incredibly light. I mean, like, incredibly light. My one at home, I've been wanting to open it up to see what's inside, because it is light, but as the case is off, I'm going to do that here and not have to open up my one at home. There we are. It's got some chips in it. Yeah, there's not much heavy. You've got the slightly rusty RF box, as ever. And, yeah, heat sink. I don't know what part of it would be under that, and loads of microchips. But yeah, it seems like a very big case for what it is. It's many, many times the size of like a ZX Spectrum or something, and it does have this weird hollow feel to it. As I said, they never quite caught on. It wasn't like massively unsuccessful, but it certainly wasn't big by any stretch of the imagination. You could do weird stuff with it as well. There was a way you could... Don't know if this works with the 64s, but with the 32K ones, you could do something weird like disable the printer port and it would overclock the CPU or something, but it didn't work on all the models and sometimes it would catch fire or something, I don't know. There's no joysticks in here, but the joysticks were weird, like analog joysticks with a massive range, but they only gave like a digital input, I believe. It was a really horrible thing to control stuff with. Ah, those were the days. Yeah, as I say, it never really caught on. I don't think it helped that, weirdly, it doesn't support, like, lowercase letters on the screen when you're typing and stuff, which kind of locked it out of the educational market. There are some things, there's like hardware rays round it, but it doesn't, by standard, support anything other than uppercase characters, which is a bit crap if you're teaching people in it.